Look at my hair because I want to make sure that if we're doing about hair modelling, my hair.
Oh yeah. I never know what to do with it when it's down, completely down.
See, this is my problem. Because they cut my hair, so I've got these like long bits at the front.
Yeah.
But I actually think it looks better when I just like tucked it behind my ears like that.
Right.
Do you see what I mean? Rather than.
I mean, you'd have to straighten it.
Yeah, but well, even when I do straighten it, it just looks a bit.
Hi guys, today I'm with Phoebe and we're going to be talking about hair modelling. We've both recently had our hair done at Sassoon Academy, which is where we met, doing hair modelling 2 weeks ago, was it? Last weekend?
2 weekends ago.
It goes so fast. So, what is hair modelling and what does it involve?
Wait, I did slightly twitch.
It's modelling for hairdressers basically, and you go in and get your hair cut how they want it. To display their talent, and they get assessed on it usually, or it's to enter a competition, and they are assessed on two things, isn't it? Technique.
I think it's something to do with creativity.
How it suits the person.
Oh yeah, how it suits the person.
A colourist and hairdresser work together as a team to create a look.
But I think that depends what you're doing, because for that show it was like that.
Yeah.
But when I've done a shoot before for like a specific student or something like that, then they'll do all of it themselves.
Right. Sometimes you've only got one person working on your hair and they do the colouring and cutting, and they're assessed on all of that. And sometimes it's a colourist, like with us, one colourist was working with like 7 hairdressers at once who were cutting the model's hair. I haven't actually said what was involved in what we did with Sassoon. We came in on the Saturday to have our hair cut and coloured, and we discussed what we were okay with them doing to our hair, and then on the Sunday we came in very early in the morning. I was quite late as usual because I live outside of London. Now I don't, so I've got no excuse. On the Sunday we had our hair styled, then we put on the clothes for the catwalk and had the catwalk at a venue down the road. First of all we had our hair assessed for the hairdresser, how well that it had been cut.
So we basically, some of the major creative influences in that company were assessing those teens anonymously, so they didn't know which salon it was that was presenting these models, and we had to wear massive things over our clothes so they didn't know later.
Yeah. What they called overalls, right?
Yeah, sort of kind of overall, and then they assessed the cut and the technique and everything like that. They were very, very they didn't make any comments at all. They were really careful to make sure that they didn't really
give away whether the haircut had been done well or not, because we were told to listen out for any comments that they made to get a hint as to how well the hairdressers had done. Basically got a sort of colour mohawk, didn't we? Isn't it? And 2 bits of white on the side and then brown at the back.
Previously, my hair was a blonde bob that was kind of cheekbone level, and I had a fringe, but it wasn't as short as this.
The colour that they did.
The colour was really cool, but I think it's washed out quite quickly. Originally, it was really smoky grey violet. It had a lot of purple in there, and then probably 2 weeks after, the purple's pretty much gone, but the blondie grey underneath has stayed, so that's really nice.
I'm really looking forward to the part where the white starts turning yellow.
Yeah, you should get some silver shampoo for that or something.
Yeah. Although I do kind of want to go back to more of a natural blonde colour like I had, but I don't know, we'll see how it pans out in a couple of weeks. We met obviously at Sassoon and we had a sort of after party at the pub, and we got to know each other a bit more, because it's quite hard to talk when you're hair modelling, because you're just being worked on by 3 different people at once,
and they kind of move your head in different directions all the time.
It's hard to even look at your phone and read a book, because you just constantly have to stay completely still, and you just start putting your head down if you're looking at something. So
that is one skill you have to have, is the ability to stay really still.
I'll talk a bit about my experience with hair modelling. I have previously worked with Tony and Guy a couple of years ago. Some of you may have seen the pictures of me with a very short blonde bob, and actually a bit before that I had a bob with bits of pink in it as well. That was from hair modelling with Tony and Guy. I did a photo shoot with them and shot a promotional video. That was on my 18th birthday, and after that the guy who I had been working with regularly had left the company, so that's how I stopped working with them. Then just a couple of weeks before the show with Sassoon, I was working on a photo shoot for Student High Street, and one of the hairdresser's girlfriends was a makeup artist on the shoot and asked me if I'd be interested in working for Sassoon. So I went in for a meeting with her, with the hairdresser, and got the job. So yeah, that's how that happened. Do you have any previous experience in hair modelling?
So I've been working with Sassoon. Did I say that? Can I say Sassoon?
Sassoon.
Okay.
Is that how you say it?
No, I'm just saying, like, can I say the company?
I think it's okay. I'll check with Christoph, but it should be okay. If not, I will just bleep it out.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've been working with Sassoon for ages, just because I was a student in London and I was like, what am I going to do about my hair, because I can't afford to go and spend loads of money on getting it cut and coloured. And I went to the academy, and the first time round I did pay for, like, it was a lot less, and then I got the contact details of some of the hairdressers, and they called me back and kept calling me back. And then the first time I really properly modelled was in August, when they asked me to do a photo shoot for one of their graduate students, and that was over the course of like a week. So I went in 1 week and had my hair cut, then the next week I had it coloured, and then I had an extra cut just to make sure it was perfect, and then we did makeup, like clothes, everything on the one day to like make sure it was all sorted in time. And then the second real experience of proper modelling, I mean, I've done demonstrations and things like that when they've had like big classes and the teacher wants like a model for that, but the first big thing was the show that we did like 2 weeks ago.
If someone was potentially interested in doing a bit of hair modelling, what would you suggest that they do?
First of all, forget about caring about your hair in that kind of sense. Like, literally just embrace what they suggest, because if you go in there and you say, I want 2 inches off the bottom, that is just not going to work for them, because that's not going to showcase their technique at all. Like, there'll be no sense for them to be able to be like, I'm really creative, I do all this amazing stuff with hair, if all they're doing is like not even layers. Just bear in mind that you have no freedom with your hair.
Yeah, it does sound good, like having a free hair cut and colour by like a really prestigious hairdressing salon. But you do have to sort of do what they say. You do have to think about whether you are happy with doing that. You can't halfway through the job say, actually no, I don't want this, because that wastes everyone's time. So you have to be sure that it's something that you want to do.
Yeah, because originally the guy cutting my hair he was like contemplating a buzz cut, and I said straight away, I'm not keen on the idea, because A, it would take forever to grow out. I think sometimes it looked quite cool, but it just wasn't for me. I wasn't feeling the look. So I said straight away, look, can I just have something a bit longer than that? I don't mind it being short, but I would like something longer than that. And he was fine with that, because I just went out and said it. But if, like, as we're there on the day, he's there with clippers and I say, oh yeah, I'm not going to do that, that would be really annoying for him, because he's planned his whole thing. He's written out all of his different details that he needs to give into the assessments and people like that. So
you have to be firm with, if you don't want something, say it, but don't be really picky, just tell them your boundaries before you get the job.
Definitely.
If you don't want a buzz cut, say before you get the job.
Bear in mind that you really have to care for your hair, like in the sense of, so I got my hair bleached and bleached and bleached over a few months, and it really has dried out, and I've like had to be really careful with what products I put in it and make sure that I put masks on it regularly, because it's just it's something that obviously if normally you wouldn't be doing that to your hair, and then now that is happening, you have to change your routine, because otherwise your hair will dry out and then they won't want to use you because your hair's not in the condition that it used to be anymore.
Hair modelling isn't really like something that you can do that regularly, because it will destroy your hair if you do it too often. Hair modelling jobs, most of the time you don't get paid. You are paid in a haircut and colour, and for any pictures that you give, they give you. Also, a lot of salons compensate your travel, so you don't have to pay for travel. With us, we were bought a drink at the end of the job as well, which is nice.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you're a model, it might be good to do, because a lot of people in the industry come to the shows and come into the salon, and if they see you and like your look, then they can offer you paid work, which is what happened with me at Tony and Guy. Someone higher up in the chain came into the salon, liked my look and offered me the photo shoot work, which was paid. So it may be a good thing to consider if you're trying to get into modelling, because it can lead to bigger things, but it's not necessarily guaranteed. Thanks for agreeing to be in a video with me. It's been great fun.
It's cool.
And I'll see you guys in the next video. Please let me know if you want more videos like this, or you didn't like it and are not at all interested, because I have other ideas. So let me know. See you. Bye.
Bye.
I forgot to mention, what's the point in a collaboration if you don't promo yourself? Just
Yeah,
promo the
pretty
fuck
much.
out of yourself. So, Phoebe has a band. Do you want to say a bit about it?
So yeah, my band is called Wonderkind, and we have just released our first single called Sublime, which is available on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, and will probably soon be on YouTube. So check it out, because I like to sing, so that'll be really cool.
Girls are singers.
All right.
Check it out below if you're interested. I feel like I'm missing out on the best week. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone's going to bond. And then I'm going to
Venice.
Yeah, it's
Be a
true.
model.
That's what everyone has said. That's what I know. I wrote some notes.
What about topics? And
Just like, so we vaguely have a structure, do you know what I mean? Why am I so bright and you're like slightly...
I think it's because
light.
wait. If I move these things, it might be because of that.
Oh yeah, it's lit up.
Have you got some lip balm?
Yeah, I'm using Vaseline, but it's making it more dry every time. I think it's because I've got a different kind of Vaseline now. I usually get the original, and this one's Hydro Care, so that must be one. Not good.
Because sometimes they make them like so that they make you like more dry, so you put more on.
Ain't gonna work, Nivea. I'm gonna just buy.
Because you know, like some hand creams have like alcohol in them, like an alcohol bit,
Yeah.
and that dries out your skin.
So you use it more,
Yeah.
and then have to buy it again.
So
But
tricky.
I feel like people are cleverer than that. They'll just buy different brands. Do you know what I mean?
Probably.
It's still quite dark.
I know. I'm thinking that. Wait, if we move over a bit. Wait, now we've got like all my junk in the angle, but it's fine.
It's pretty impressive.
All my junk.
My head's
Wait, my hair. Okay.
typical models. Perfect.